একজন সফল বিজনেস টাইকুন হতে গেলে জীবনে একজন পরামর্শদাতার ভীষণ দরকার। আর একজন সফল পরামর্শদাতা তিনিই হবেন যার সেই অভিজ্ঞতা এবং দক্ষতা রয়েছে। ক্যালকলিংয়ের সঙ্গে এক একান্ত আলাপচারিতায় ইন্টার আইটির কর্ণধার অশোক লাহা তার জীবন দর্শন এবং দৃষ্টিভঙ্গির নানা উপলব্ধির কথা ভাগ করে নিলেন। সেই সঙ্গে আমাদের প্রতিনিধিকে জানালেন একটি কর্পোরেট ওয়ার্ল্ডে একজন কোচের কি ভূমিকা হতে পারে। একটু সহজ সরল উদাহরণ দিয়েও তা বুঝিয়ে দিলেন।
Like in a number of games, you have coach who may not have played a single match in their own life.
Yeah.
But in business, I mean, does it help that if you don't play a single match in your life, you can still become a good coach?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless you are,
Hands-on experience in
you have to hands-on experience. Unless you are, there are a few people like a Ramcharan or Noel TC. What they did, they are the professor in the universities, but they worked with the Jack Welch very closely. Or Ramcharan worked with Larry Bassett closely, which means that they worked as a paid consultant to those industries, to those big industries, and tried to solve the problem, with McKinsey does often. And so they have got inside idea, so they know they become a partner of those companies. So they learn the knowledge. But if I get a professor to tell me how to do that, I don't think so. They'll give a theoretical knowledge, which is far from reality, from the industry, from the actual problem I face. It's always better to find somebody who has got a similar experience. The best coach probably will be somebody who is an excellent football player or cricket player. Then he can pick up the knowledge, get knowledge. So that will be much better.
Do you think even CEOs or people at the top, the helpmen, they also need mentorship or coaching
Yes.
from someone who is?
Yes. My chairman has got a personal coaches, couple of personal coaches, and one of the coaches that in fact, some of those, if you look at the coach you're talking about, when the President of the United States go on a debate, he got a coach there. How to talk, what they almost go to parsing level. What about if this they play the lots of role play. If this question asked, how do you answer it? And they full practice in front of a TV. How they move the hands, what the pitch of the voice will be, because they are influencing, because you are looking at the audience, the whole country looking at it. Similarly, I use few coaches, and they taught me that how to dress, how to talk with the people, how to handle difficult people, and they basically what they do, because based on their experience, they make some case studies. How to handle the situation. Often we play role play. Do you become defensive? If you get provoked, one of the common questions is, if you get provoked, what you do? If you got a difficult person, difficult customer, difficult employee, how to handle the situations? Do you lose your cool? Minute, they go to the minute detail. Because most of the CEOs, they have already got 80 or 90% skills they developed over the period of time. So this is the last 10% thing counts, the how to fire somebody, how to behave in a social life, how to deal press in the US, that type of stuff, what to use, what not to use, So everybody has got a coach, and often how to handle your staff meeting. You got a staff meeting with lots of prima donna there. You hired all of them from the big companies. They got a very successful life. How to handle those people? Those prima donna, they are fighting each other. They don't want to be a team. You hired from different people. How to put them in a team without losing your control? Democracy is the worst from the government. So you have to be dictator. On the other hand, how to be a benevolent dictator? What to use? So those are the role plays they play. There are lots of people like that in the US, and most of the CEOs, they hire those people.
There are professional coaches.
Professional coaches, they charge lots of money, tons of money they charge. They come with you, they attend your staff meeting, they look at you, they walk with you to customer visit, and you take them as a consultant and staff meeting, you can tell them, they look at you, then they tell you, even some coaches, they'll even take you to shopping mall, whatever clothes you have to wear, whatever occasion, they go to that finer details.
In India, these things are yet to pick up.
India, they are there, so I'm sure that, Ambani's or the Godrej, they have got a personal coach. Ambani's, they are very sophisticated people. I'm sure they got a personal coach. They'll do that, but they don't talk about it. In US, it's there, but I'm sure. But I think they are coming up right now. Something about the behavioral to leadership coach. There are lots of leadership coaches right now coming in. I used to work with a gentleman called Klaus Muller 10-15 years ago. He used to come to India quite a lot. He told me he was a they call it advisor to one of the few industrialists in this country. He didn't mention the names because it's a private, and I respect that also. But some of the famous industrialists, he became private coach because they charge tons of money. Only those guys can account it. So I'm sure that in those questions, and you have to be candid. So I'm sure that they hired him for them to be improved. Improved in the sense that how to handle people, how to fire people, how to reorganize people, how to behavior thing.
There are people who start as an entrepreneur, and there are people who do their jobs for some years, then leave their job and become an entrepreneur. So what would be your advice to the second group? Someone who is currently doing some job, working somewhere, and then pursuing his dream to start his own venture and emerge as an entrepreneur.
I definitely advise people, if you want to be entrepreneurs, you have to ask yourself, why you want to be entrepreneurs? Some people say, I want to be my own boss. That's nonsense. Who are my bosses? I want to go, who are my bosses? My board of directors are my bosses. More important, my customers. My customers, my bosses. Somebody will pay you money. Your customers, whatever business you do, your customer, the guy writes a check. He's a boss. So it's not the question that I don't have a boss. If you work for a big company, then somebody is paying your salaries, right? When you start a company, your customer is paying your salaries, as simple as can be, bluntly, unless you are Air India. So, in that sense, that customer is a boss. So you have to listen to customers. You have to satisfy them. When you talk about in a corporate world, people say that my boss, I have to satisfy my boss. But here only one person. You have to satisfy your boss only. You make your boss happy. It's your moral responsibility to make sure your boss look good, because he is paying your salaries. On an entrepreneur level, all the customers, there are multiple customers, all the customers, they are your bosses. And if they don't pay you money, then you don't have business. You don't have a business. So, but if you are willing to take a chance, there's a return there, If you are an entrepreneur means that you are creating a wealth, you are hiring more people that give you more satisfaction, you are creating a jobs. You can control your own timing because you are just run by the success story, profit and loss, make the company profitable to 1 or 2, 3 lines. So you can write down your how to do that. Entrepreneur gives a definite, much more, satisfaction. But it's not a panacea. You have to work much more harder. You have to work 24 hours by 7 days a week. particularly starting it. If you don't start to a point, then competition is fierce. So you have to always keep up with it.
Be on your toes.
Be on your toes, you know. But there are some people like guys like Steve Jobs. They cannot work for anybody else. You know, they are born entrepreneurs. You know, I've seen some of the people. They are born entrepreneurs. You know, they are born. They got that personality. They got that drive and everything else. Or Bill Gates, or Larry Page. You know, they are born entrepreneurs. They will study. They come to college. They got ideas, and they know how to manage people. Do that. But your second group of people who are actually when you work for a big company, you learn the tricks of the management, you learn the lessons of the management. Those things will not teach you. So you have to learn how to work with the people, particularly if you become a vice president or manage a group and bigger group, then you also you learn how to. You have seen lots of difficult people. You know how to politics comes in. You know how to motivate your people. Those things are important. Because those are the skills are needed when you go outside and start your own company. You really cannot afford to make mistake when you start your own company. Your company will fail. So those things helps.
Your experience helps.
That experience helps. On the other hand, I've seen lots of people. They give a different feeling. They get very upset with their own people, because particularly if you come from a big company has lots of bright, brilliant people, very polished people, but when you start a company, you are started, particularly when you're first 10 or first 20 or 100 people, you have to do lots of work yourself. When I started the company, I was doing the invoice, I was doing a timesheets, I was doing the payroll, I was typing on my computers. At the same time, I was also making the CEOs and customer to get a sales, all in one, So you have to, and you don't have the money to hire the staff. So I was doing all those, So you have to mentally prepared to do all those yourself, and then also go back to the other level. Unless you are mentally prepared to do all those, then
Makes no sense.
Yeah. But it's a fun, it's a fun. And the people you attract, they want to be an entrepreneur, but there the coaching comes in lots. Coaching and mentorship comes a lot. You have to motivate them. Why a person going to work for you? Your company has no brand. Why is somebody going to work for you? They are working for you only. So you have to be honest, brutally honest. You have to be, on the other hand, you're going to carry a guy because you don't have money to support somebody who is not performing. But I do believe that if a person gets motivated, he can perform much more than what he generally performs. And that's a startup company has got the productivity of a startup company is much, much more than a big company, because it creates that environment.